Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Hobo here today, and SmackDown Live has just gone off the air for Tuesday, June 26, 2016, and boy, as many of you know, I gave Raw last night a 10 out of 10 perfect rating, the first time I've ever given a WWE show a 10 out of 10. This show, I'm going to say right now, is nowhere close to that 10 out of 10. But this is a review, so let's start from the top. As soon as SmackDown opened, we had Shane and Daniel Bryan walk through the curtain kind of backwards. Cool looking opening shot. All the wrestlers are standing on the ring apron. They get in the ring. Shane and Bryan are talking about how on September 11th there will be the new SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view Backlash, and the WWE Championship Number Contender match will be held tonight. So they announced that it's going to be a six-pack challenge. They announced that the competitors that will be in the six-pack challenge are John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles. But that's only 5. And then they say that the 6th competitor in the six-pack challenge will be decided via a battle royal, which happened right after we came back from commercial break. So we get a look at our new announce team here on SmackDown: JBL, Mauro Ranallo, and David Otunga. I really like this announce team. As long as JBL keeps his death threats to David Otunga at a minimum, then we should be all good. If you don't get what I mean by that, just go and watch any Raw with Byron Saxton and JBL, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was watching SmackDown with my friend, and we both noticed that Del Rio looked like he could win this match and be inserted into the six-pack challenge, but he gets eliminated surprisingly near the end of the match. It was a bit of a shock and a bummer. And the winner of the match was Apollo Crews. So Apollo Crews snags the 6th spot in the six-pack challenge. After that, we go to a commercial break. Oh, wait, no, we don't. We get a video package for returning Shelton Benjamin. You heard me correctly. Shelton Benjamin is coming back to the WWE. Exclusive to SmackDown Live. He has been signed to a contract deal, ladies and gentlemen. Shelton Benjamin is back in the WWE. Are you kidding me? I'm super excited for this. I cannot wait for Shelton Benjamin to come back. The graphic said coming soon, so whether he's here next week, the week after that, after SummerSlam, I don't know, but Shelton Benjamin's back, guys. Get excited. This is awesome. Next up, we had Natalya versus Becky Lynch. Rematch from Battleground. Great. New era, same old you know what. 50-50 booking. Becky Lynch picks up the win with the disarmor. Wait, is that the name of her finish? The disarmor? I don't know, whatever. Doesn't sound right. But Becky Lynch wins. And then all the women on the roster come out and they have a sort of a promo battle. Alexa Bliss came out. She was saying how she's small but fierce, and how she's the face of the SmackDown Live women's division, and she's the embodiment of the new era. And then Naomi comes out, who cares? And then after that, Carmella came out. She said that she's Carmella, and she's here to make SmackDown fabulous. And then Eva Marie came out, and I don't know what the hell was going on with her entrance, but there was some dude speaking like this in the background, announcing everything about her, and it was completely annoying. It didn't do anything to help people care about Eva Marie. She came out, did a twirl, and then that was the end of that segment. We went to a commercial break. That was it. And then we came back. We had Miz TV, special guest The Miz, because The Miz is an arrogant heel, so who's better to interview The Miz than The Miz? Sure. But it was clearly a tease, though, that Randy Orton was going to be the guest until Miz turned heel. Well, you know what I mean. But Randy Orton does. He comes out, interrupts. They start talking back and forth, and Orton issues a challenge to Miz. Miz says, "No, I don't want to fight you." Orton says, "Are you scared?" And then he starts questioning who wears the pants in the family. He said, "I'm starting to wonder who pitches and who catches." And I was, oh no, this is crazy. And then Maurice hops on the mic. She said, "How dare you talk about my husband like that? You want to fight The Miz?" Well, The Miz accepts. And then Miz just kind of looked at her, and then he put Maurice in front of him as like a meat shield, and I was dying. That was hilarious. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, I love what The Miz is doing as a heel in his current run. He's on a different level. In my opinion, he's the best heel in the company that gets booed properly like a heel. Yeah, but then Randy Orton and The Miz have a match, and it wasn't anything spectacular. It started off to be a good match. It looked like there was a botch. Oh, let me get into this really quick before I continue with this match. This specific show was filled with more botches than I can recall seeing in an entire month of WWE programming in any given month. It was so terrible that it was god awful. Like, I can't get over how disgusting all these botches were, and some of them were really nasty looking. Like Zack Ryder had a bad one. Kalisto had a few bad ones, of course. Lucha Thing. Stupid idiot. Oh boy, but alright, let's get back into this Randy Orton Miz thing. So, Miz is working the shoulder after Orton falls to the ground because Orton starts grabbing his shoulder. And he was selling it like he had legit hurt his shoulder again. And it looked kind of real because he swore a few times and he was slapping the mat around on the outside. But Miz starts working the shoulder. They're brawling on the outside. Miz rolls Orton in the ring. Miz rolls Orton in the ring. Miz gets in the ring, gets dropped with an RKO. From out of nowhere. And then Orton saunters around the ring for 8 minutes. Then he does his little wake-up taunt. Miz gets up on command like a little dog. Gets dropped with another RKO. And loses. Great. Oh boy, what a SmackDown this has been. Then we get a promo for American Alpha. They're going to be here on SmackDown next week. And then there is a local talent in the ring, and he gets attacked by Heath Slater. No explanation of who the local talent was going to face, why he was in the ring. Who knows? He just gets attacked by Heath Slater. Heath Slater continues, or he goes on to have a promo talking about how he should be signed to SmackDown because he's the best available free agent. And Shane's like, oh yeah, I see the best available free agent in that ring. And Heath Slater's like, oh yeah, thank you, Shane. And he turns around and gets dropped by a gore from Rhino. And yeah, so Rhino and Shelton Benjamin were the two new guys on SmackDown that weren't drafted. They were signed as free agents. So then after this, we get the six-pack challenge. Really quick, I want to get out of the way that AJ Styles kicked out of an attitude adjustment. That's pretty cool. But then it gets immediately taken away when you learn that immediately after that, AJ Styles gets dropped with a super kick and gets pinned by Dolph Ziggler. And this is where I go into rant mode. Dolph Ziggler wins this six-pack challenge, and he will fight Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Dolph Ziggler is going to wrestle for the WWE Championship at your second biggest show of the entire year. Dolph Ziggler, for the past year, maybe even more, has been booked as a worthless, no good, low life, scumbag, jobber with no future, no direction, with no care in the world. And now he's going to fight for the World Championship. Why? Because who the hell cares? Nothing makes... I believe I said this in the Battleground review 2 days ago. Nothing this company does make sense. Oh, the new era. We're going to pitch this as a new era. We're going to have a new face inserted into the title picture. Dolph Ziggler has been around for over 10 years in this company. Dolph Ziggler is approaching 15 years in the WWE. Dean Ambrose is a new face. He's been in the company for 3 years. Actually, 4. Alright, whatever. It's going to be 4 in November. Dolph Ziggler's been here for 10 years plus. But hold on, let's look at the guys. I know I just got a far away from the mic. But let's look at the guys who were in this match that should have gotten the win over Dolph Ziggler. Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles. 3 fresh names. People want to see Bray Wyatt succeed, so give him the opportunity to prove himself at SummerSlam in the biggest match of his life. Baron Corbin, we all know they want to push Baron Corbin to the moon. So pull the trigger. Nothing's stopping you. And then AJ Styles, the greatest wrestler in the world, arguably, gets pinned like a chump after kicking out of an attitude adjustment from the legendary John Cena. Gets pinned like a chump by a measly little super kick by Dolph Ziggler, the jobber, who has lost to Baron Corbin on pre-show matches more times than I can count. And now he's going to, in theory, main event SummerSlam. We all know the main event's Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar, don't get me wrong. And even if that's not, we all know the main event is the Universal Championship match between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. SmackDown is going to be the third main event no matter what. Hell, they might even go on first, because that's what this match means. I don't value, you guys know this, I don't value Dean Ambrose's title reign as anything special. I never have, never will. It was idiotic for him to beat Seth Rollins 2 nights in a row. It was idiotic for him to pin Roman Reigns at Battleground. It was idiotic for him to even win the Money in the Bank in the first place and cash in on Seth Rollins. But it's even stupider to insult our intelligence in a fashion where you position Dolph Ziggler to be nothing more than a jobber and have him come out because he got randomly inserted into a 6-pack challenge. And now he's going to main event SummerSlam. He's going to be the SmackDown main event for SummerSlam. This jobber is going to main event SummerSlam. Dolph Ziggler is a jobber. He is a jobber. Don't tell me otherwise, because Dolph Ziggler is a jobber. Alright? Heath Slater is a jobber. Dolph Ziggler is a jobber. AJ Styles is world-class talent. John Cena, world-class talent. Bray Wyatt, solid upper mid-card to main eventer. Baron Corbin, he's getting his feet under him and he's going to become something big. Apollo Crews, who I didn't mention earlier, but yes, Apollo Crews is mentioned in those names of people who should have won this match over Dolph Ziggler. Apollo Crews, he's just getting his feet under him. He's going to be big in this company. But they just prove time after time that they think that we're all stupid. The company thinks that we are all stupid by trying to pass off Dolph Ziggler as a legitimate threat to Dean Ambrose's championship reign when he's been pinned, like I said earlier, more times than I can count by Baron Corbin on pre-show matches to pay-per-views. And now he's going to be your SmackDown main event for SummerSlam. I've never liked Dolph Ziggler. Let me just throw that out there. I've never liked Dolph Ziggler. I especially don't like what he's doing now because he has no gimmick. His gimmick is other people's gimmicks. He uses everybody's moves but his own. Dolph Ziggler has got to be one of the most unoriginal, uncreative wrestlers I've ever had the gracious ability to watch with my own 2 eyes. And I know all you fake IWC marks are going to be hounding me for my opinion of Dolph Ziggler, but facts are facts, ladies and gentlemen. Dolph Ziggler is nothing more than a jobber. And now you're going to have a jobber main event. Your second biggest pay-per-view of the entire year. Last year, they were positioning SummerSlam as bigger than WrestleMania because they called Brock Lesnar and Undertaker the rematch that WrestleMania could not handle. So if this show is supposedly bigger than WrestleMania, why is a jobber your SmackDown main event? Maybe that is just a subtle way to tell us all that SmackDown is the jobber to Raw. SmackDown has never been positioned as better than Raw. Sure, when they had the SmackDown 6, it was better than Raw. But Raw was always positioned as the better show. And it still is. Raw got a 10 out of 10 yesterday from me for the first time ever. I wouldn't give that out for just any ordinary show. That show blew my mind on many different respects, on many different levels, for many different reasons. This show gets a 6 out of 10. That's gracious. That is gracious. Because I was talking to my friend, I said the only thing that made me pop this entire show was the Shelton Benjamin announcement. I'm basically giving this show 6 points for Shelton Benjamin, who we don't even know when he's going to debut. I give this match negative points. Or, excuse me, I give this show negative points for its main event match. Dolph Ziggler is going to be the SmackDown main event of SummerSlam just because they want to say, oh, anything can happen in the new era. But why is your new era going to witness somebody who's been around for 4 years face somebody who's been around for 10 plus? For your WWE Championship, which you're positioning as the biggest, best title belt of all time. But no, I made this point very clear. As soon as the WWE Championship became SmackDown specific, it died. This championship now means nothing compared to the Universal Championship, which we don't even know what it looks like. We don't even have a champion yet. We don't know anything other than a name for the Universal Championship and who's going to be fighting for it at SummerSlam. And it is already positioned as more of a legitimate top championship than the WWE Championship. Solely because the WWE Championship is on SmackDown. It's being held by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is going to fight a jobber in the main event of SummerSlam. From now on, I will not refer to Dolph Ziggler by his WWE name or by his real name. His name to me will be the jobber. Because that is all he is to me. That's all he ever will be. Is a jobber. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to be jobbers. So please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Because I value you more than I value the jobber. And I value you more than WWE values SmackDown. So please, if you enjoyed, like I said, hit the like button and the subscribe button if you've not already. If you disagree with my thoughts, let me know in a respectful way in the comment section below. If you do it disrespectfully, I will bring out my Triple H size shovel and bury you. Alright? Let's just throw that out there. But if you agree, or if you disagree or agree with me in a respectful manner, then we'll be alright. Just don't make me bust the shovel out, because I really don't want to do it. But that's going to do it for me. It's YaBoyHobo. I could have gone on for 20 more minutes about the Jobber versus Dolph. Scratch that one from the record. The Jobber versus Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. I'll get better at saying that, by the way. This is just new. It's just new. But yeah, I hope that you guys are pleased, IWC, with the Jobber versus Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. God, this is awful. This is awful. You know, you get those "this is awesome" chants. We had countless "this is awesome" chants on Raw last night, not one on SmackDown. The crowd was dead during SmackDown tonight. There's really no interaction at all. It was really sad. But yeah, whatever. This show's a 6 out of 10. Piss poor job, WWE. You need to step it up next week, or SmackDown's just going to die a death. So, this has been it for me, YaBoyHobo, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.